whom you have been pleased to call to the performance important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider how much shall come and revelation is so just and faithful manners, promote the honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country, and of those whose interests you have committed to a church. Amen. Honored members, welcome to today's assembly, being on 8th of May 2024 at 2:30 p.m. Clerk, can we take the first order?
Order number 1, convocation and welcome remarks.
Thank you, honored members. The Honorable Senator, MERU County, Senator KATHURI, LGH MP, Honorable Member of the County, Honorable members, today I wish to welcome the Senator MERU County, Honorable Senator KATHURI, LGH Senator MERU County, as our guest today. Invited guest, of the Senate standing orders, as read together the provisions of the standing orders number 25-1, require my approval upon due consultations with the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party before the senator can address our county assembly. In this regard, upon the due request from the Honorable Senator of MERU County, Senator KATHURI, LGH, I held consultations with both the leaders of the majority and the minority party. Upon concurrence, I give my permission in line with the provision standing order number 253-2 of the Senate standing orders and standing order number 25-1 of the County Assembly of MERU standing orders for the Honorable Senator of MERU County to address the County Assembly of MERU in this sitting. Consequently, by Gazette Notice number 5178, which was published in the Kenya Gazette on 3rd May 2024, I gave notice of this special sitting to the honored members of the County Assembly of MERU and the public accordingly. Honored members, this special sitting has been duly convened. Honored members, you will take note of the provisions of Standing Order number 25-2, which is the effect that Standing Order number 23, the governor entering or leaving chamber, and paragraphs 1, 3, and 4, Standing Orders number 24, governor address to assembly shall be with necessary modifications applied to the senator, visiting heads of state and church, other dignitaries. In this regard, honored members, I draw attention to the provision of Standing Order number 24-2, which is the effect that when delivering an address to the assembly, the senator shall be heard in silence, and the address shall not be followed by any comment or question. Therefore, honored members, on this special sitting of the assembly, we do not expect any comment, question, or disturbance or to arise from the floor of the Honorable Assembly today. With these ones, it gives me my great pleasure and privilege to invite the Honorable Senator of MERU County to take the floor so that he can address this Honorable Assembly. But Honorable Senator, before you do that, I would wish to recognize some of our dignitaries that we have this afternoon in this assembly. We have the Speaker of Nyandarua County Assembly, Honorable Wachira Wiganjo. With him also we have Honorable Mwangi Nyaga, leader of the majority party. And three, we have Honorable Kashomba Kiru, member of the County Assembly Service Board. Honorable members, that is the delegation that we have from Nyandarua County. Not forgetting also that we have their senator with us, John MERU. Thank you, Honorable MERU. Then we have Wamatinga Waone, Senator Nyeri. Then we have David Wafula, Senator Bungoma. Then we have Raphael Shimela, nominated senator. We have Godfrey Ososi, Senator Vihiga. Then we have our good friend, our neighbor, Dr. Alexander Mondigi. Then we have our daughter, who is married in Central Imenti, Honorable Tavila Mutinda. And then lastly,
the Honorable Speaker of the County Assembly of Meru, the Right Honorable Ayubu Mudi, the Majority Leadership and the Minority Leadership of the Meru County Assembly, Honorable members of the Meru County Assembly, good afternoon. I am pleased to attend and address this eminent County Assembly of Meru pursuant to Standing Order number 2531, which provides that a senator may, in accordance with the rules of procedure of the County Assembly, in which he or she is registered as a voter, attend and address the County Assembly or a committee of the County Assembly. From the onset, I extend warm greetings from the Speaker of the Senate, Right Honorable Amason Kingi, HGH MP, and the leadership of the Senate and the entire Senate. I also extend my sincere appreciation to the Speaker and the leadership of this Honorable House for this gracious invitation. This occasion accounts me with the opportunity to share the key highlights of my 1 year in office since I was elected as the Senator of Meru County. It also offers me a platform to share my thoughts and views on the performance of the county government of Meru in realizing the envisaged transformational results in the letter and the spirit of the objects of devolution and the 2010 Constitution. In this regard, I also look forward to listening later on to experience after my address, maybe when this time will be available, in identifying matters that require the intervention of the Senate and the national government. I want to start by stating the role of the Senate. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, Article 96 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 is clear about the role of the Senate as the key representative of counties and their interests at the national level. Additionally, the important role of allocation of national revenue among counties and exercising oversight over national revenue allocated. In this respect, the Senate just concluded consideration of the budget policy statement report and adopted a raft of recommendations to ensure adequate investment in sectors such as agriculture, which are integral to the economy of Meru County. In the course of this month, honourable members, it is expected that we will conclude deliberations on the division of the revenue bill and the county allocation of revenue bill. As the Senate, our aim is to ensure adequate allocation of resources to counties to enable efficient and effective service delivery. In this regard, I will continue to interact with the leadership gathered here to understand our priorities as a county and bridge resource gaps. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I want to give a few highlights on what I've been able to do in the last one year in the Senate. And honorable Speaker, the first one is the bill on public finance laws, County Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill 2023. Honorable Speaker, county assemblies play a critical oversight role of county executives. The Constitution put in place this separation of powers, both at the national and the county levels, to safeguard from abuse of power and ensure prudent use of public resources. Separation of powers and checks on balances are key objectives of devolution as expressed in Article 174(1) of the Constitution. Further, Article 185(3) provides a county assembly, while respecting the principle of the separation of powers, may exercise oversight over the county executive and any other executive organs. Therefore, in execution of my legislative mandate, I have sponsored the Public Finance Laws Amendment Bill 2023, which seeks to give the county assemblies financial autonomy. One of the cardinal principles of the Constitution that can be gleaned from its architecture and one is that the more checks and balances they have, the better for good governance. While the county assemblies are fundamental pillars for good governance in county governments as the first step of oversight, a lack of financial autonomy has made them subservient to the executive, thus compromising their oversight function. When passed into law, the bill intends to strengthen and enhance the doctrine of separation of powers and checks and balances between the executive structures of the county governments and the county legislatures, thus giving the county assemblies independence in their oversight function. I am glad that His Excellency the President has expressed with approval the imperative of granting the county assemblies financial autonomy and has offered much support for the bill. We have so far held a successful stakeholder forum, which included the County Assemblies Forum, the Council of Governors, Control of Budget, National Treasury, Commission for Revenue Allocation, Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and the Royal Society of Kenya to find a common ground. On this matter, I really want to thank the Senate Committee on Budget and Finance, led by His Excellency Ali Roba, and deputized by my sister Tabitha Mutinda for the effort they have put to ensure that we have this bill as fast as possible. So thank you very much. Also, was paid our members to minimize wrangles in the county executive structures between governors and their deputies. The Senate report, which I put, the report of the special on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Rwaria, the Deputy Governor of Siaya. The Senate recommended the need to develop a legal framework to provide to the role, mandate, staffing, and resourcing of the office of the Deputy Governor. Based on this recommendation and regulations from comparative jurisdiction, I have sponsored the County Government Laws Amendment Bill 2023. The bill intends to provide for the specific and express role of the Office of the Deputy Governor. A clear demarcation of functions between governors and their deputies will minimize the constant friction between the two executive officers. which has caused instability in the county executive structures, thus impeding the optimal performance in many counties in this republic. By giving functions to the deputy governors, the bill also intends for counties to tap into the expertise, skills, and experience that come with the office of the deputy governors, which are often sidelined in the management of county affairs, or rather underutilized. Another bill that is in the offing from me and my office is the Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Amendment Bill 2023. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, to ensure that MBERE is not classified as a drug, I have sponsored the Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Amendment Bill 2023, whose intent is to remove codeine and cathinol as naturally found in MBERE from the ambits of the Narcotics and the Psychotropic Substances Act of 1994. Despite MBERE being a scheduled crop under the Crops Act of 2013, the National Agency for the Campaign Against Drug Abuse, NACANDA, and other unscrupulous individuals have continued exploiting the Narcotics and Psychotropic Act to classify MBERE as a drug, a move that at its domestic and international markets. In the International MBERE Conference, which was conducted by the second MERU County Government, led by Honorable Kiraitu Murungi, in collaboration with the Kenya Medical Research Institute, both the National Campaign Against Drug Abuse, NACANDA, and the Kenya Bureau of Standards expressed their support for the development of MBERE products, but cited illegal handles as cathinol is classified as a psychotropic substance. Most of the MBERE product manufacturers expressed their frustration that the value-added products cannot be licensed because the components of MBERE fall within the prohibited phototropic substances, thus impeding the products from reaching the intended market. It is thus expected that this legislation will create a pathway for the licensing of MBERE products and promote value addition. In addition, the Senate, through the Sessional Committee on Delegated Legislation, approved the Crops MBERE Regulations, Legal Notice number 41 of 2023, which seek to grow the MBERE sector and ensure farmers have great access to export markets. Other issues that affect the MBERE sector, I want to mention a few, which through the Senate Committee for Trade, Industrialization and Tourism, they have raised with them germane and material issues of concern to MBERE farmers, which include the drastic reduction of prices, the alleged illegal fees charged at the airport, and the current quota of 19 tons in the Somali market. In this regard, we are working in conjunction with the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Industry to resolve the issues, including entering into new deals that will see an increase in the MBERE quantity that enters the Somali market. I was privileged on 2 occasions to lead a team at the Kenya Airports Authority, where we were able to persuade the Kenya Airports Authority to reverse the directive to kick MBERE out of Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And secondly, a team that addressed the plight of MBERE traders in Mombasa County. I round both the team of KEA and the county government of Mombasa for their good faith and commitment to facilitating seamless operations for MBERE. Additionally, honourable members, I have raised concerns through the Committee for Roads, Transportation and Housing over the harassment of passengers carrying MBERE in the SGR, standard gauge railway, which I believe will be addressed with the finality. Honourable Speaker and honourable members, the incessant banditry attacks along the MERU Isiolo border in the constituencies of Tigania East, Tigania West, Igembe North, and Igembe Central is characterized by loss of lives, injuries, the disappearance of hands of cattle, and destruction of property have created an atmosphere of terror and untold suffering. The lawlessness has disrupted access to basic needs such as education and health, and continues to hurt the development in these regions. On the 27th of February 2024, I rose on the floor of the Senate to call for swift, comprehensive, and sustainable action from the relevant agencies to address the security lapses, gaps, and inadequacies in the volatile areas. Among the issues I raised were an immediate response to renewed attacks and the compensation of the affected communities. It is worth noting that subsequently, on 4th March 2024, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and Coordination of the National Government, Honorable Professor KATHURI Kindiki, visited the affected areas and gave an assurance that multi-agency security shall be reorganized and additional deployments will be made to restore normalcy. To this effect, there has been deployment of specialized units in the 9 camps, ASTU, GSU, and RDU, which with equipment and armored vehicles to conduct targeted raids and operations. Additionally, multi-agency patrols done by the GAUs and other security personnel have been intensified. In the long term, the government has pledged to create a buffer zone along the MERU border to restrict the easy access of the neighborhoods to bandits and to launch a scaled-up disbursement of the pastoralist communities. The completion of the construction of the One Bank Road, the LAPSET project, is expected to open the areas to development that will bolster the region's economic prospects and thus end the over-reliance on pastoralism as the only income-generating project. Another issue that I've been handling the last few months is the abduction and execution of the MERU beast Brog and Daniel Mudiaini, Bernard, Rwaria sniper. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, this matter is of great public interest, not only to the people of Meru County, but also the whole country. As the Senator of Meru County, I raised the matter in the Senate, and this morning, on the 8th of May, 2024, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Professor KATHURI Kindiki, appeared before the Senate to address the issues I raised and others that were of concern to the Senate. The Cabinet Secretary acknowledged that there would have been more possible culprits who were involved in the matter. The CS made it clear this morning that the investigation has not been concluded and the Homicide Department is still analyzing data and gathering evidence to ensure that all culprits that are linked with the murder have been apprehended, prosecuted, and convicted. I also want to thank the honorable senators who are in the chamber this morning because they really also interacted with the CS. They asked pertinent questions, they were given answers, and therefore that our brother Daniel is still in the morgue is a much great concern to Kenyans because the family is still at a loss on what to do. There are costs which are being paid at the mortuary. So I really requested the CS to ask the Homicide Department to fast track and to ensure that this process is expedited. Let them do the best they can to close on all those who are involved so that the sniper's family, the people of Meru, can see to have justice. So I hope this will be followed as agreed. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, on infrastructure matters, Meru County continues to bear the brunt of the road carnage at Needham Bridge along the Meru-Nairobi Highway. As our people, we are the major users of the road. I have raised this matter in the Senate on the need for the redesigning and the realignment of the Needham Bridge with the Minister of Transport. So far, the Minister has already completed the preliminary design of the bridge and the road realignment. This project is expected to cost approximately Kenya shillings 10.9 billion. Consultancy supervision will cost 400 million, and this has already been done. And procurement construction will take 10 billion. The ministry is preparing a concept note that will be delivered to the National Treasury for funding. Our county headquarters is rapidly growing of abandoning the narrow stretch of road that accesses Meru town which causes regular vehicular snow laps. The tender number Kena 25392022 for the construction of dwelling MERU, that is B66/A9, Phase 1 project, and the tender number Kena 2540/2022 for consultancy services for the construction, supervision of dwelling of MERU Town Loans Project Phase 1 were both awarded and sent on September 2, 2022. All these tenders have been awarded. No budgetary allocations have been made. I have raised the matter with the Senate and requested the President through the National Treasury for enhanced budgetary allocations to cater for the construction and provide compensation and education of the project affected persons. The cost of the dwelling will be around 4.7 billion, and the consultancy services will cost 205,263,671. This is a stretch of land from Mbungene, to the forest, to Gitolo forest. So we are requesting the government to do a carriage way, so that vehicles moving up the road and the others going down, we have that in dual carriage to ease congestion in our town. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, let me be clear that I categorically oppose the decision and the move of the Meru County government to engage and employ the services of the Mechanical and the Transport Fund. In my view, this move reverses gains made in the empowerment of local contractors and engagement of local communities, particularly the youth. It essentially returns resources to the national government instead of building capacity to the county level. I remind the county executive that devolution denotes self-empowerment, freedom, opportunity, self-respect, dignity, and recognition. This perception is captured sanctity in the objects of devolution in Article 174 of the Constitution. So by transferring services to a national government entity, the county government acts as an enabler of capital flight from Meru County, denying opportunities to local contractors and the local population and those directly employed by them. The MTF, as I've put it categorically and severally, has no capacity to handle all the 45 loans in Meru County in one financial year. The loans of the majority of the ones have not been attained for the last 2 rainy seasons. Therefore, the Meru County residents have not gotten value for money of the Kenya shillings 501 million, which was transferred to the Mechanical Transport Fund of the national government, contrary to the tenet principles of devolution. We all live in Meru and we know the situation on our roads, especially on the Finda County roads. I therefore urge the county executive to take a long-term review and consider and reverse that move. In line with the bottom-up approach, the county government should always give priority to local contractors who directly engage the local population, thus creating opportunities at the grassroots. Further, the county should swing into action and rehabilitate the roads destroyed by the rains and improve the quality of the existing roads in every ward. To this end, I urge them to work with the county assembly members to identify the roads that should be prioritized for rehabilitation. On health, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, universal health coverage is one of the key pillars in the Kenya Kwanza bottom-up economic transformation agenda. To provide the legal and institutional framework for the attainment of universal health coverage, Parliament has enacted 4 bills that have been assented to law. The Primary Health Care Act 2023, the Digital Health Act 2023, the Facility Improvement Financing Act 2023, and Social Health Act 2023. The bills seek to accelerate the achievement of universal health coverage in fulfilling the express wishes of Kenyans at the highest attainable standard for health as provided in Article 43A of the Constitution. We are aware the Cancer Scout has visited most MERU households, with the statistics revealing that MERU has the highest prevalence in the country. These statistics underscore the importance of more resource mobilization to address the resource gap that has left MERU Cancer Facility overstretched beyond its limits. The county government, according to my observation, has failed to demonstrate zeal and vigor in the fight against cancer and providing quality health care to the people of MERU. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I've taken time to visit some of our health facilities, and it is apparent that most of them are either non-functional or are not optimally functional due to inadequate staffing and the unavailability of the most basic drugs. To bridge the gap, I lobbied through Kamashinan Foundation for a medical consignment worth the Kenya shillings 12 million. The foundation entered into a memorandum of understanding with the county government of MERU that entails the receiving, transportation, packaging, handling, distribution, and monitoring of the medical consignment, which I believe in the short term will address the shortages. I was privileged to donate computers and orthopedic beds to the MERU General Hospital and some of the faith-based organizations. As we move forward, I remain committed and steadfast in sourcing more resources that will complement the national government's allocation and the county government's own source revenue. In this year's budget, I implore the Assembly, Assembly, Meru County Assembly, to allocate adequate finances to specific programs aimed at preventive and promotive health solutions at the grassroots level, in line with the bottom-up economic transformation agenda of integrating preventive solutions in primary health care. This will go to a great extent to mitigate the burden of diseases that consume the income of all families, leaving little for investment, thus slowing down development. In January and February of this year, 2024, we were in concurrence with the Senate's long recess, and I utilized the time to traverse our vast country to understand the issues of people, the issues that they are grappling with. The unprecedented number of students who, despite their exemplary performance in the KCPE, were stranded since their parents and guardians could not facilitate them to join high school. I managed to facilitate 140 students to join Form 1 and a full scholarship from Form 1 to 4. And although I did this, I could not be able to meet the demands. This speaks of the palpable effects of poverty that continue to affect many households in our county. I urge the county government to have efficient disbursement of bursaries. I advocate for the involvement of the honorable members of the County Assembly in identifying and directing needed cases in their wards as they understand the electorates better. The obstacles, deficits, and threats that are inherent to poverty have for a long time exposed the people of Kenya to precarious existence, denying them a dignified living. It is this situation that devolution sought to address by initiating transformative change in every part of Kenya's political governance and development realities through devolving resources to the grassroots. This cannot be achieved without strategic planning that is formed by the needs and aspirations of the people. It is through this strategic planning that the bottom-up economic transformation agenda of the Kenya Kwanza government has defocused the limited resources to and critical productivity value chains and sectors. To guide the county, this distinguished assembly passed the County Integrated Development Plan, CIDP, an elaborate and comprehensive document developed in a consultative and participatory process in line with the national development goals. The Public Finance Management Act provides that no public funds shall be appropriated outside the county's planning framework. As we approach another budget cycle, honorable members, I urge this assembly to ensure that projects earmarked will generate more opportunities at the grassroots level and not for mere political expediency. I support what is popularly known as the program-based budget, as it will ensure specific projects are implemented in the ones to span growth and development. The proposed Kenya shillings 45 million per award will be a good start moving forward. I want to tackle a sentence on youth and employment or unemployment. The youth of Meru County look up to the members of this assembly to establish programs that will equip them with the digital knowledge, skills, and competence to enable them leverage the opportunities available in the creative economy, digital marketing, digital freelancing, and other millions of opportunities available in the digital economy. There is platform to utilize and employ these skills in the established ICT hubs using the National Government Constituency Development Fund. So, Honorable Senators, in line with the President Ruto's policy, he has asked the members of Parliament to prioritize a hub, ICT hub, in every ward in this country. Therefore, now with our 45 wards, there will be 45 ICT hubs in all the ones in Meru. And therefore, the MPs have already reorganized their budget, the NGCDF, to provide every ICT hub for our youth, so that whatever I have discussed above there can be actualized. Honorable members, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, further skills such as artisan, weaving, welding, and others that don't require any educational qualifications can generate many opportunities across our population. All these can be achieved by incorporating these programs into our vocational training institutions, which are under the county government. Through the Department of Youth, I legitimately expect to see the mobilization of resources for funding of ideas, talents, and other ventures to create job opportunities and generate wealth for the young population. Also, the Affordable Housing Project, a key pillar of the Kenya Kwanza government, which targets to bolster and supplement the existing urban settlement, presents another opportunity for the majority of our youths. Part 4 of the Affordable Housing Act provides the role of the county government in relation to the Affordable Housing Act. The county government of Meru should scale up its effort to fulfill its law, including the identification of funds for the implementation of the projects, so that our people can benefit from the imposed affordable housing levy. Also, honorable members, from your wards, if there is free land, the Ministry of Housing is very ready to partner with every lender in this republic. If there is free land, public land, you can work with the county government to give that land to the Ministry of Housing so that they can do affordable housing in your respective mashinani. Honorable members, our country relies on agriculture as a source of livelihood. This sector presents a huge potential for majority of our people through value addition and agri-processing. Many counties have started revolutionizing agriculture from subsistence farming and turning it into multi-dollar enterprise. My vision is to have Meru lead from the front in this endeavor to create meaningful employment. I therefore urge the county government to spearhead the adoption of technology in the agriculture sector, especially in the marketing segment, to eliminate brokers who reap huge fees at the expense of the meager income of the farmers, which has made farming less lucrative. Further, the county government should introduce modern farming practices such as drying, refrigeration, and preservation that will ensure farmers don't sell their products at throwaway prices. There is this other topic on equitable sharing of resources in the world. Honorable Speaker, the 2010 Constitution also sought to reconstruct the partisan, sectarian, and exclusionary logic on which Kenya was founded that resulted in the marginalization and development of some regions of our country. It lists the national values and principles of governance as the major facets under which our nation is founded. These national values and principles bid all state organs, state officers, and public officers, and among them are the sharing and devolution of power, participation of the people, equality, social justice, and equity. The equitable distribution of development across the 45 wards in Meru County is an non-negotiable constitutional imperative, and no one should be left out or left behind. I urge the members of this distinguished assembly to ensure that their wards get a fair share of development equitably. I commend the members of the County Assembly from Akachu Ward, Kegoi and Tubochu Ward, Njia Ward, Akirangond Ward, all those 4 wards who petitioned the Senate Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations to address the discrimination in development projects during the financial year 2022-2023. And to me, such anomalies will be corrected by the program-based budgetary allocations. The respective Senate Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations was to visit these 4 wards on the 8th to 10th of April 2024. Although this did not materialize due to the misadventure that occurred, as you remember, the accident of our able, the family of the Deputy Speaker. So that trip to Meru, we postponed to stand with the family during that time. As the chairperson of the Senate Liaison Committee, I will ensure that this has been expedited in our concerted effort to make devolution work. Section 9 of the County Government Acts provides the roles of the County Assembly members. Among them is to maintain close contact with the electorate and consult them on the issues before or under discussion in the County Assembly. It is the members of the Assembly that are tasked with presenting views, opinions, and proposals to the County Assemblies. Moreover, the County Assemblies provide a linkage between the County Assembly and the electorate on public service delivery. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, Article 2021 of the Constitution provides that the national revenue shall be shared equitably between the national and the county governments. Further, Article 2022 provides that the counties may be given additional allocations from the national government's share of revenue, either conditionally or unconditionally. Article 206 also provides for the equalization fund. Further, Article 292 empowers the county governments to impose property rates, entertainment taxes, and any other tax that may be imposed by an act of parliament. All these funds are expected to be utilized in accordance with the principles of public finance as stipulated in Article 201, among them openness, accountability, public participation in financial matters, and prudent and responsible use of public money. The Public Finance Act provides an elaborate framework in that regard. I want to address matters on county allocations, the county government of Meru, and Honorable Speaker and honorable members. It is important to know that since I came to the office, the current approved budget has increased from 11.36 billion in the financial year 2022-2023 to Kenya shillings 11.9 billion in the financial year 2023-2024, which represents an increase of 5%. The shareable revenue from the national government has increased from Kenya shillings 9 billion 493 357 338 to Kenya shillings 9 billion 892 625,172. The conditional allocations to county government from the national government revenue have also increased from 110 million 638 298 in the financial year 2022-2023 to Kenya shillings 488 million 329 627. In the financial year 2023-2024, or the unconditional allocation from the proceeds of loans or grants from development partners increased from 421 million to 88 to 443 million 798 in the same financial year. MERU County will also receive unconditional allocations from court fines and mineral royalties of 32 million, and national government expenditures to be converted to conditional grants to the tune of 162 million 736 780. Through the division of revenue bill in this financial year 2024-2025, we have increased the county equitable shareable revenue from 385 billion to Kenya shillings 415 billion. That is almost an increase of 15 and 30 billion this financial year. We expect an increase in the MERU equitable shareable revenue as well. At this junction, Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I want to touch on the Auditor General's report for the financial year 2022-2023. Despite the budgetary increments, the report of the Auditor General reviews that MERU has poor budget performance and glaring accountability deficits. The Auditor General rendered a qualified opinion on the financial statements of the County Executive based on issues below, and this indicates failure by the accounting officers to ensure compliance with the Public Finance Management Act of 2012, the Public Audit Act of 2015, the Public Procurement and Assets Disposal Act of 2015, and other relevant laws in the management of the county finances and financial reporting standards. The County Executive of MERU is faced with poor record keeping, evidenced by the unsupported expenditure queries, poor budget execution, failure to comply with the law on fiscal responsibilities, non-compliance with the Public Procurement and Assets Disposal Act 2015, and non-compliance with Public Finance Management Act 2012 and its regulations. The key issues arising from the Auditor General's report, and honourable members, this is not my report, this is a report from the Office of the Auditor General. I'm just giving analysis the situation as it is. It's a report of the Office of the Auditor General. Number one, we have excessive wage bill. The Auditor General raised an issue regarding the excessive wage bill for the financial year 2022-2023. The total wages were Kenya shillings 4,982,899 against the total receipts of 10,242,588 and 658, representing 49%. Regulation 25(1)B of the Public Finance Management, County Government Regulations 2015, sets a limit of the county government's expenditure on wages and benefits at 35% of the county's total revenue. In this regard, therefore, the county has gone contrary as required by the law. Another issue raised by the Auditor General is the pending bills. The Auditor General raised issues on pending bills. The financial statements reflects pending accounts payable, totaling to Kenya shillings 1,044,715,617, which excludes a total of 223 payments totaling to 276,467,775, classified as ineligible by pending bills task force committee. However, the sampled list of claims not payable from the different departments of the County Executive, totaling to 241,856,783, were not provided for audit. The Auditor General report paints a grim picture on the budget performance and accountability on the part of the MERU County government in the year under review 2022-2023. Article 297 requires the Auditor General to submit the audited report to Parliament or the relevant county assembly. Article 229(8) requires the Parliament or the county assembly within 3 days of receiving the report to debate, consider and take appropriate action. It is therefore incumbent upon the Public Accounts Committee of this assembly to interrogate the issues pointed out by the Auditor General and for the House to debate and take the appropriate action. The honorable members of this House have the responsibility to uphold the trust bestowed to them by the people of Meru. On our part, the Senate will invite the Governor to appear before its watchdog committee, the Public Accounts Committee, County Public Accounts Committee, to respond to the audit queries raised by the Office of the Auditor General. The control of budget report. This is another office that administers how money moves to the counties and also to the national government. The control of budget report indicates that as at the 1st of March 2024, which is the first half of the financial year, the Meru County Government Department's average absorption of development expenditure was at 20.2%. That is half year. The absorption of the budget was at 20.2, or merely 20% of the development budget. Departments such as agriculture, which is the backbone of Meru County, recorded not only a satisfactory, but also an acceptable performance of 18.9%. This budget underperformance is detrimental to service delivery and puts the county on the brink of an economic precipice. Because when development budget is not absorbed at the county level, that means there is absolutely no money circulating in that county. Because this almost 4 billion is money that is supposed to give people of that county business. Development money is just about doing tenders or forming contracts so that that money moves within the county. So if we are at 20% as at March, that shows Meru is at the development. There is absolutely no money circulating in this county. When you hold a conversation with the many business people across Meru County, their frustration with the Meru County government is palpable, as billions that have been approved by the Senate to stimulate economic growth in the county are either being mismanaged by the county officials or underutilized. There is this other topic on Meru unity. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the Office of the Seneta has worked closely in collaboration and cooperation with this distinguished assembly. The cordial relationship not only stems from our related constitutional laws, but also from the cooperation that has been cultivated at the individual level as the democratically elected people's representatives. There is no doubt that the Office of the Senator and the County Assembly plays a pivotal role in cementing good governance at the county level. Thus, to ensure that our people reap the dividends of devolution and of our county to remain competitive in the national arena, we must remain glued to our constitutional oversight mandate through consultations and cooperation. The Office of the Senator is open and accessible for engagements with the Assembly members. Through these engagements, we can strengthen our working ties and set a precedent for future office holders. I fully embrace the initiative of reconciliation being spearheaded by our revered and venerable Council of Elders, the Jurincheke, our notable members of the clergy and bishops, with the blessing of the Head of State, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, and His Deputy, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. I firmly believe that the unity of Meru County would accelerate economic prosperity and bring us honor and bargaining power in the national arena. Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I'm proud of this eminent assembly for the exemplary execution of your constitutional mandate in an environment characterized by immense distress, frustration, and humiliation. In addition, I acknowledge the diligence, professionalism, and commitment of the County Assembly Secretariat, the officers who work under you, which has worked tirelessly to ensure that you deliver to your mandate. They are not here, but on behalf of all of you, Honorable Speaker, Mr. Clerk, I really want to thank your staff for really holding these members and working with them closely to achieve and to deliver their mandate. Honorable Speaker, we are aware that the CS of Agriculture has a pending issue in the National Assembly. We acknowledge the weight of the matter and hope that the affected farmers will get justice. We believe that the Cabinet Secretary will get justice. There is no doubt that the Cabinet Secretary has been able, in the short term, to lower the cost of basic commodities through subsidized fertilizers and other inputs, and is an important asset to the Kenya Kwanza administration. I urge the MERU people to stand with one of us and all those others holding various positions in the Kenya Kwanza government. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, allow me to conclude my address by expressing my profound gratitude to the people of Meru County for overwhelmingly electing me as their senator. Through their votes, I got a platform to be elected to serve the Senate of the Republic of Kenya as the Deputy Speaker. And the level of confidence, trust, and support demonstrated by the people of Meru comes with a huge debt of demonstrating selfless servant leadership, which I have endeavored to pay. Despite the Senate lacking activity for development, I have utilized my resources and those of my partners to reach the entire county and make a positive impact. I assure the people of the great county of Meru, as their senator, I am committed to fulfilling my constitutional mandate and living up to my oath of office and the pledges and promises I made to the people, great people of Meru. May God bless Kenya, and may God bless our county of Meru. I thank you. I also want to recognize the presence of the area Member of Parliament, North Imenti constituency, Honorable Rahim Dawood, for senators from the Senate and from the great county of Nyandarua. I want to thank you for coming with me to give this address, and I want to also promise you that when you call me to visit your counties, your wards in Nyandarua, then you'll be coming in numbers with these great leaders from Meru. So thank you for visiting Meru and the Senate, including the Office of the Senate Speaker, who has really also supported us to be here this afternoon. So thank you very much. May God bless you.
Thank you, Honorable Senator KATHURI Murongi, the Deputy Speaker, Senate. Before we take the next round of members, I wish to officially say that after this, Honorable Senator will congregate at the second floor so that we can officially hand over the Senator's prayers on office to him officially this afternoon. So the leadership of the Assembly and our guests, the Senators, are pleased to join us in second floor so that we can do that. And then after that, you'll come down for a photo session, which will just take around 3-4 minutes, and then we can release our guests. But Honorable Speaker Oiganjo and the Senators, led by our able Deputy Speaker and the Senator, please don't be in a hurry to leave Meru today. You can spend the night here and then probably leave tomorrow. And also you'll have an opportunity to interact with our members of the County Assembly so that you can be able to know each other more. Clerk, can we take the next order?
Order number 3, adjournment.
Thanks, honorable members. The House stands adjourned up to Tuesday, 4th June 2024 at 10 a.m.
What a wonderful state of counter address. What a wonderful state of counter address.
In fact, it is the best.